Well, I was gonna make this video outside, but it's been raining all day. It's a pretty muddy mess out there, so I'll have to make it inside here. As most of you have known, if you've watched any of my former videos about my Alaskan camper, you know that I've been going back and forth on whether to keep it or whether to sell it. I love it. It's a great camper in great shape, and I've enjoyed camping in it out on the road. Um, but my life situation or circumstances have changed, and I'm more stationary now. I'm no longer nomadic, and I'm just not camping as much anymore. And when I do, it's usually just a quick trip, with a tent or in my vehicle. So I haven't been using the Alaskan camper, unfortunately. Um, and while I love it and want to keep it, I also realize I don't just want it to sit out there and not get any use. And I'd rather somebody out there be camping in it. So I've decided to sell it. Um, I am going to sell it for $2,000, and that's a pretty good deal compared to what they normally cost. And this one is in great shape. So let me tell you about it a little bit. Um, let's see. Well, it's a 1967 Alaskan camper. It's an 8 foot. It's got the pop-up roof. It's the non-cab over, so it just fits behind the cab. But it's plenty of room. When the roof is raised, I can stand up in there fully and still have room above me. And I'm 6 feet tall. I can lay in the bed with plenty of room when the bed is made out. And again, I'm not a small person, so there's lots of room in there. The bed is essentially it's the table lowers down, and then you put cushions across it, um, and it creates a bed with plenty of room for a couple people to sleep in. Let's see. So it is a 1967, as I said, and if you've seen any of my other videos, you'll see a lot of the inside, what it looks like. Um, it it's only had a couple owners. The original owner, it was a an engineer. I believe they said he was an engineer at Boeing, and he bought a 1968 International pickup truck, a four-wheel drive with the 8 foot bed. He also, when he bought that truck, he got the Alaskan camper and put it on it. So the two have been together since the 1960s. Um, and he was on the West Coast, I believe Northern California and Oregon. So he didn't use it a whole lot, mostly just camping. The truck, I believe, has 81,000 miles on it. Runs great. But the camper, the Alaskan camper, was also in great shape. So the truck and camper were at a shop in Oregon, a shop that specializes in international pickup trucks, scouts, all sorts of international vehicles. So they went through the truck, got it in good running condition. I think it was always in good running condition, but they checked it out and everything. Um, then after them, the truck and camper made their way down somehow to San Diego to a shop in called Pop Top Overland, and I don't think that's their name now. I think they changed it recently. But this shop in San Diego specializes in Alaskan campers, the vintage ones as well as the new ones that they sell. Alaskan Camper is still in business, um, but this shop in San Diego, they went through the camper, and I believe they gave it new seals, because when it raises up and lowers down, there's a seal going all the way around. So they checked it out. The hydraulics worked on it, and I don't know if they put the new cushions in, but it seems like it has newer reupholstered cushions. Um, but they made sure there was no leaks on it, and so it's the camper is in great shape. After that, that's where I got the trucking camper from, um, in San Diego, and I drove it out to Phoenix. Um, And I remember when I drove it out, it was in the wintertime because there was a pass between San Diego and in Arizona or in Phoenix, where it's kind of up in the mountains and there was snow. Um, but the truck did great, and even though it's not really made for highway speeds nowadays, when it was built back in the 60s, the International was more for, I think, a 55-mile-an-hour speed limit. But it's a work truck also. It's not really designed just for out there doing the highways. Um, but anyway, I drove it back to Arizona, to Phoenix, then eventually up north uh, to the Prescott area, and now where I'm at in Seligman, northern, kind of the high desert. Um, so as I said before, I'm I've got some land now. I'm kind of doing the more of the more of the homesteading type off grid living, and I'm just not going out and hitting the road and traveling all over and camping like I did with this camper and truck, or with my ambulance before that, my Ambo conversion, and before that my 4x4 van. Um, the Alaskan Camper, I'd say, is the best as far out of all the vehicles I've had, just because that roof raises up, and you can stand up. I couldn't do that in my other vehicles, fully stand up. Um, and the nice thing about it is also when you're driving, the camper, the whole thing top lowers down, so it's more aerodynamic. You get to wherever you're camping, and in just a couple of minutes, you've got the whole roof, the top of it lifted up. It's got a kind of a hydraulic jack that you jack up, or you with similar to a hydraulic jack that you would raise a vehicle with. But this jack, when you pump it up, it raises four pistons on the corners. Um, so it's pretty easy to just jack it up. Once you've got it to the correct height, you put little pins in each of the piston shafts so that you can let out the pressure and it sits on those pins. Um, and then you're good to go, for however long you're camping. Then when you're done, you just take the pins out, lower the whole top down, and you're ready to hit the road. Um, let's see. It's in great shape, no leaks. Um, I think the only things that, if I were to keep it, that I would do is it could use some new blinds. It's got the roll-up type blinds that you pull down. I think you can buy them even at Home Depot to certain lengths or widths. Um, but it could use some of those on the windows. The windows are in great shape. The screens on them are good. And then the only other thing I would do is I would, if I had a shop or a garage or something, I would paint the outside of the Alaskan Camper. Give it a nice new white paint job or coat. And I've seen a lot of people do that when they've renovated or restored these vintage Alaskan campers, is that they will, they'll take all the signs or emblems and the door handles and all that stuff off, and then they'll give it a really nice new coat of, usually I think it's kind of a gloss white paint, and it just makes it look completely, totally brand new, even though it's 50, 60 years old or whatever. So those are the two things I would do: new blinds, and then the paint the outside of it, just to make it look nicer and new. All the cabinets, everything inside is in great condition. It's got a gas stove. It's got closet areas, under the seat storage. It has I believe, a 30-gallon water tank under the front of it, underneath a covering or a wood cabinet type covering. So it's got a water tank that hooks up to where the sink is, a little pump. And I wish I could show you everything out there, but it's just too muddy, too messy outside. But it's, like I said, it's in good shape. It's ready to, you could, without doing anything to it, start camping in it or traveling in it. I would say it's best suited for an 8-foot bed, but if somebody has a shorter truck bed, they could probably still put it on it and just, have the tailgate down and have it sit on part of the tailgate. Or you could even make a custom kind of setup on a trailer where you put it on a trailer. I've seen that also. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else I should mention. It's got a space for a refrigerator if you want. I had a electric fridge, kind of with the lid on top type setup, that had like a lithium battery, and I could charge it off of solar. I had that where the fridge goes, and I built a custom like tray or shelf that slides out with that fridge when you want to get into it. I did have, when I was using it, I had a battery under one of the seats, like a big lithium battery, and then a solar panel on the roof. So that would be easy for somebody to install. It's got kind of a rack on the roof that looks like it was used, I believe, because it was in San Diego for a while, it was used to put like a surfboard on it. But you could also put a kayak or canoe on it as well, or store other things up there. So that's about it. Like I said, I'm gonna let it go for $2,000. I know you can. Most people selling them sell them for much more than that. And the if somebody wanted to keep them together, if they want to buy the truck and the camper, I would sell both of them together for $8,000. Otherwise, I'll let the camper go for $2,000. But whoever buys it would have to come pick it up here in northern Arizona in the Seligman area. And if somebody were to buy both the truck and the camper, I could put the camper back on the truck. Right now it's sitting off the truck, but I can always put them back together, and it's a pretty simple process. Right now the camper's sitting up on 4 stands that raise and lower it. So that's about it. If you're interested, or just leave me a message or message me on with this on YouTube here, and I will get back with you. But like I said, as you know, I've gone back and forth, but this time I am pretty certain I'm going to let it go. If somebody can come pick it up for $2,000, it's theirs, and that price is firm. I've already dropped lower than what it would normally sell for. If I wanted to wait, I could probably sell it for $3,000 or $4,000. But I figure if somebody really wants it and they're willing to come pick it up, I'll give them a good deal on it for $2,000. So hope you're all doing well, and hopefully this weather will clear out soon, and it's about getting ready for springtime here in the high desert, and I'm ready for a little more sunshine than what we've had lately. So y'all take care.